Hello and welcome to another episode of Youth Arena on the Advent Cable Network Nigeria, ACNNTV. Youth Arena is a program where we discuss all issues about youth or surrounding youth. Talk about social issues, economic issues, think about it, anything that concerns youth in this country and around the world. In today's episode, we'll be looking at a topic, very interesting topic, which says maximizing opportunities in the face of obscurity. I am your host, Abosede Taiwo. Now, I said we because I have a very, very wonderful guest with me today on the show, and he is Mr. Ebuka Nwafo. You're welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much. Good day, viewers. Good day, Esther.
All right, thank you. So, Mr. Nwafo is a student and he is an entrepreneur. So we're going to go straight into discussing the issue for today. But before we start, Mr. Ebuka, please can you tell us about yourself?
My name is Nwafo Ebuka, as you say.
Okay.
I'm a student of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. Currently, I'm supposed to be in 300 level, but because of ASU strike.
Okay. Unfortunately. Sorry.
Then I'm currently reading Applied Microbiology and Biology.
That's interesting.
So I reside here in Abuja.
Okay.
I think that's that.
So I'm happy you mentioned ASU strike. So how has the experience been so far? I'm sure it's not pleasant, but at the same time, we're going to look at the other perspective. How has it been so far?
Well, ASU strike, that's both. I've experienced both the good and the bad during this period. The good side of it is that at least I've been able to develop my skills and learn new skills that at least when I go back to school, I can use them to, even if things don't work out the way I've planned, I can depend on those skills. But then the bad side, it's not good for a student to stay from school for such a long period.
Yes. Okay. So talking about the skills now, you said you've been developing. Can you tell us more about the things you've gotten yourself involved in, or things that you're engaging yourself in to be useful in this period?
I told my parents that I really wanted to go into hair making and makeup.
That's lovely.
But then they were like, guys should not
the stereotype.
They should not be doing that kind of a thing.
Yes.
So at the point I was really like sad because that's what I wanted to do that period. Then I now told them about photography and videography, cinematography. So they gave their permission. I went into it. Okay. And then I also went to a bakery. I learned how to bake. And then I started up a small business selling, what's an Igbo man if you're not selling it?
Igbo man.
I started selling little cosmetic products.
Okay.
Although I decided to stop it and focus more on the photography, cinematography aspect. And that's just what I've been doing this period.
Okay. So how do you identify your opportunities? Are they just ideas that come to mind, or you actually see a need and you want to meet the need in your environment? Or how have you been identifying your opportunities rather?
First of all, as human beings, God Almighty has blessed us with the ability to think.
Okay, yes, sure.
And then as a Christian, we have to, God, most people, when they say that God spoke to them, most times what they just have is ideas.
Okay.
Any billionaire you see today, it was an idea that he or she had, that he developed, put it into use, and then he's making money. So then I got ideas the way I got my ideas, I had to sit down, look at certain things. Okay, where are people facing problems? Where are they facing challenges, and how can I help out? And then it did not just end there. I had to think of how to make myself stand out among my peers.
Yes, yeah.
Right from a very tender age, I'm the first one of my family. Right from a very tender age, it has been a constant struggle to stand out, because anybody can be a photographer, sure. Anybody can bake, anybody can. Are you sure? Anybody.
Okay.
But then you have to find something that when you present to people, they'll appreciate you for it. Something that will make you stand out, not just the common photographer, not just the common, So that's I know that I had to sit down and plan. I did not just allow life to just be going, whatever is happening, just carry me along. I made plans that this is what I wanted to do. I set goals. I made sure that at the end of this month, this is what I already achieved. At the end of this week, I know that I'm done with this and I'm moving to the next one. And then I also made sacrifices. I paid tutors rather than spending my money instead of using my money to chat.
Okay.
I went online tutorials and so on. Just these are some of the things.
Okay, so you talked about setting goals. Now, there are many cases in many people's lives that you find them setting goals, but they are unable to meet up. Also, because of one thing or the other, how do you manage such situations? Let's say you set a goal, but you're unable to actually achieve it. What do you do? Do you sulk, or you quickly move on and then come up with another idea?
Okay, if you're going to, when you're setting a goal, have it at the back of your mind that always have a plan B. Then have it at the back of your mind that it's very possible for your plans to fail at any time.
Okay.
You don't control everything in the world. It's very possible for your plan to fail at any period of time. So always have a backup plan for such cases. And then, if truly you know what you want, I don't think maybe if you don't meet up to your goal, I don't think it's going to affect you. Like it will affect you, but I don't think it should weigh you down and make you forget about it. If truly you set a goal or something that you want to do, and you're very passionate about it, for a while you cry, stand up,
I like the cry part.
and then you continue.
Sure. Yeah.
Life goes on.
True.
Life goes on.
So you have been able to identify opportunities around you. How can a young person out there, the person watching us, identify opportunities? How can they see a problem, and how would you be able to know this is actually a problem and you're not just repeating what every other person is doing? For instance, let's say you are in a community, you talked about making hair and trying to learn being a hairstylist. In a situation where a person just finds himself or herself in an environment and everybody knows how to make hair, he or she feels like, okay, I just need to make the hair. How do you know that I'm actually meeting a need, or I'm just following what everybody is doing?
Okay, how do you know if you're actually meeting a need?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, you must, as a Christian, as a young person, I would advise you guys, please, find your purpose at a very tender age, at an early age. Try and find your purpose in line with God's will for yourself. Because it's one thing for you to be busy with. It's one thing for you to be so busy that you're doing this one, doing that one, doing this one, doing that one. And then at the same time, all those things will come crashing down because of you are not doing what God wants you to do. So then, as a young person, be very busy doing something that you don't occupy yourself with. Hard work doesn't kill, it's stressful work that kills.
Yeah.
Hard work doesn't kill, stressful work kills. So when you see yourself in a place, sit down and analyze everything. Young people, we don't sit down, we're always in a hurry, we want to rush, I want to make this money, at the end of this year, I want to get this one. Sit down and analyze. Okay, I wanted to be a hairstylist because I discovered that women preferred guys making their hair more.
Oh well.
Women actually.
We need to take a poll to know if that's true.
That kind of thing.
Yes.
I discovered that they would prefer guys more, both in school, right from the very. I discovered they would prefer guys more. So I discovered that I had an advantage here. And then you don't find many male hairstylists around. You don't find many.
Yeah, you find very few. You're actually very few.
Many. So that scarcity is actually going to create a sort of value. It's going to create a sort of value. So then, try and know your gifts, your talents. Try and know your talents. Where talent meets passion, I think that's where you find purpose.
Okay.
Where your talents meets your passion, you find your purpose. So if you're in a community, look at what you love doing more.
Okay.
It is that passion that is going to make you to be disciplined, and you're going to continue. You're not going to give up in whatever you're doing. So look at what you love doing. Then look at the resources around you. Then sit down, get a pen and a paper, think, plan, and then pray. There is no way you will not get an idea. Even if your idea, everybody has it. Somebody can be like, okay, I want to develop an app. Everybody develop apps. Everybody is into computer and ICT and all that. But then look at what this app that you're doing. I mean, sorry to say, is someone that's thought of a dating app.
Sure. Yes.
So sit down, look at what is currently trending or what will probably trend. Look at your passion and then look at what you have with you, the necessary resources that you have. So you plan, but with that you now make a plan. Make other plans. Just keep on making plans. Keep making plans and try and execute your plans. by the grace of God, you are going to discover opportunity. And then, okay, you have to, and then another thing, you have to want opportunities.
Yeah. So you have the
Expect
willingness.
opportunities. You have to expect it.
Okay.
If you find yourself in a place, expect that, okay, I'm going to see something here. I'm going to find a problem and I'm going to solve it. Let that be your mindset. You are what you think.
Yeah.
So let that be your mindset that I'm a problem solver. Anywhere I see myself, I will excel. If I find a problem, I will have the solution for it. Have that mindset.
Okay.
Then discover your purpose, discover your passion, discover your skills. Then along with God, don't forget the God.
God, yes, surely. So you've mentioned purpose, you've mentioned plans, you've mentioned understanding your skills. Where is the place of guidance? Because if a person just has plans, has purpose, but nobody to watch what he or she is doing, what's the place of a counselor or a guardian in finding purpose and being able to maximize your opportunity? How can you place that?
Okay, young people, we really need to have mentors.
Okay.
I have a mentor,
Okay.
and this person is someone that he's a priest. I submit myself to him. I tell him about my plans so that he can give me advice. But the thing is that, most times our elders, they'll be like, this thing that people are doing, they feel it's, should I say, satanic, or
Okay.
they feel it's not in line with
The word of
if
God.
you know that kind of, and then why also now feel like they are old school. But then I believe that they have experience.
Okay, yes.
Even though we have the knowledge, but they have experience and they will be able to guide us easily. So look for someone in that field you're going into. The person I learned photography from, I've not seen many photographers that take good pictures.
Okay.
Even though his fee was high, I knew that, okay, this is somebody that, by me just being a student alone, he's going to take me out to places and I will be able to establish my own foundation. That's one of the secrets. That's one of the reasons why I think Igbo people are actually very industrious.
Okay.
Because they will, at the very end, they will tell you, see,
Yes.
that they want to learn under someone as an
Yes,
apprentice.
yes.
So instead of them building from scratch, they will simply continue from where the person stopped.
Okay.
So you have to find someone who is very good in what you want to do. Then submit yourself to the person. Let this person grow. Let the person train you. Let the person mold you. You get. Let the person help you out, so that you don't need to struggle. Start advertising yourself. Oh, the person itself can even send you on an errand. Okay, a customer asked me to do this. Why don't you do this? From there, you're very good to go. So have someone that has already set the foundation. And then you continue building rather than the stress of setting the foundation by yourself.
Okay, what about the proximity? Now, should you find, because you hear many people saying this person is my mentor, and then the person is like in a faraway country. So, does proximity matter now in finding mentors?
Yes, it does. And then you see, everybody wants the biggest to be their mentor, but nobody wants. I mean, you must not be. It actually matters, and then at the same time, it doesn't matter. Many of them, social media has made it easy for us to follow these guys. Sure. It's easy for us to learn from them. Listen, but then I would suggest having someone. If you send Bill Gates a text message, it's not going to. They don't have the time. So look for someone that is close by. God has blessed human beings with human beings everywhere.
Oh, I love that. God has blessed human beings with human beings.
Look for someone that is close by.
Okay.
That diligently seek it and you find it.
Sure.
So keep looking until you find one that fits the description. There is somebody around you. There is an Elijah for an Elisha somewhere. It's not be far. So look for someone around you, very, very close by. Don't need to go far. And Nigerians, God has blessed us. We are so intelligent. We are so resourceful. Everything.
Sure.
You don't need to go out.
Sure. We're proud Nigerians. Yeah. Okay, so talking about being an apprentice now, from your experience, comparing school and comparing experience in terms of being an apprentice or being under someone. Sometimes we have it under the industrial attachment where people go to organizations for a short period of time. But now schools are closed. People are at home. And some persons are already apprentices in many places. Now, comparing that with contemporary school, classroom, with everything within school, if you weigh the two, in your opinion, which one pays more in the sense that where do you learn more? Do you learn from experience as it is now, or you learn more from school? I know you go to theory now, but beyond theory now, because you still have a little bit of practical in school, but comparing the two experiences outside school without the influence of school, and then experiences in school.
I believe that because for we young people, although the education system in Nigeria it's not should I say it has not been given enough attention to harness students' potentials. We see students that they will pass through schools after school, that many of them discover certain things that will help them out. I believe that the interaction with someone within your peer group help brings idea, because it's very easy for you guys to relate on the same level, think on the same level. It's very easy for you guys to free with yourselves. But then again, outside school is actually better in Nigeria. But then even you being with your peers in school can still help you out.
Okay, so Mr. Ebuka, you've been giving us very serious golden words here. So Mr. Ebuka has been taking us through wonderful, wonderful experiences and explaining many things that we need to know. I'm learning a lot, and we still have a lot to learn. But at this moment, we'll go on a very short break. If you really want to learn more than you think you know, stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. If you are just joining us, this is still Youth Arena on the Advanced Cable Network Nigeria, ACNNTV, and we'll be having a very wonderful conversation here with a very wonderful guest, Mr. Ebuka. He has been telling us a lot about how we can maximize our opportunities. So if you're just joining us, trust me, you're still going to learn so much more. Welcome. So Mr. Ebuka, as we were saying, so still talking about the youth now. In your opinion, what are some of the business opportunities that are around or within our environment in Nigeria? I know a lot of things, like you mentioned the system and how it frustrates certain things, but what are some of the opportunities that youth can actually maximize? Business opportunities.
Business opportunities. Let me say, we have we can go into textile industry.
Okay.
You can go into the textile. I see it as, should I say, the Nigerians, we make good clothes.
Yeah, sure. We do. Like what you're wearing?
An uncle of mine was telling me something about this Igbo native attire, this Isiagu.
Okay.
That the reason why back then the Isiagu was so sacred that you don't just wear it anyhow. Oh. You don't just wear this shirt that has light.
Yes.
You don't just wear it anyhow together with red cap. It was meant for title change. You don't just wear it anyhow. Then an Igbo man now went outside the country and produced it for them. I said distribute. Money. So now said distributing for them.
Sure.
So now everybody is wearing it. Everybody can just go to the market and buy it. So that kind of a thing now. We can produce our kaftans, we can produce all these materials for them, we can go into it, and then usually that youth sees, these days want to go into, want to have white collar jobs. Sure. But we can go into things like this. I mean, all these Gucci brand, Versace, so we can have our own.
Sure.
We can have our own, and then promote it here in Nigeria. We are going to start making our own things, and we're going to start using them. When Ghanaians were in Nigeria, and then when they were leaving, and now this Ghana must go back. Now I don't think there's nobody that doesn't have Ghana.
I know, right? I can count how many I have.
We can get our own, and then Nigerian made, like this is made in Nigeria, and then we advertise it, we push it out to the world, we endorse it ourselves. Yes. And then also we can go into the food industry. Nigerians, we have wonderful delicacies.
I know.
Wonderful delicacies.
Yes.
Advertising. As well, I heard that there was a minister that one day they asked him between Nigeria and Ghana who has jollof. Also like for goodness sake, you could have, he should have this as a medium of, like advertising Nigeria to the world. Yes. For goodness sake, we are the ones, our jollof rice, our pepper soup, things like that.
Are you salivating already?
Sure. We can go into the food industry. We can make our own canned foods. Sure. We already make our own drinks. Mm-hmm. So things like that, we endorse it, push it out. Mm-hmm. We also buy, at least rather than buying products that they already mix with so many chemicals as preservatives and all that. Then we can also go into we can go into manufacturing vehicles. Okay. I have friends that it's wood and paper. They've constructed houses, like smart houses. Oh. There's even one that if you watch this, if the last generation at there's a guy that presented a house with it was like a smart house. That kind of thing, we encourage our youths are so intelligent. If you can harness such this thing, and many young children, they are fond of building things with sand and
the mud and everything.
So then if we can go into things like also he assembles cars. So if we can start going into things like that, if we are inclined towards it, sooner or later others will follow. And then there are so many opportunities in this country. We can keep talking about it, but just find something that you really love. Find something that you really love. Find something that you're passionate about, and then go into it and stick with it.
But still talking about potential business ideas now, the problem, in my opinion, is trust. Most times, if a person sees an Italian shoe and you see a Nigerian made shoe, you start thinking, I don't want to walk in and then the soul will be behind me while I'm walking forward. So how do we deal with trust now? Because you have many people who want to produce many things, but many more people prefer foreign things. How do we deal with this trust?
Okay, well, so let's start working on the changes ourselves. Let's be the change that we want to see. I believe that as Christians, if I say both Christians and whether I don't, as a human being, let's have this idea that I'm the one that I want to be the change that people want to see, and then let us be so authentic and original about what we do. Let's be so authentic and original about what we do in such a way that is what is going to add that value when people know that, when people trust you so much. So let's start from ourselves. Actually, let's start from ourselves. But then again, I say something about us endorsing it and pushing it out. There are people that they make good shoes. Very good shoes. They make good shoes, good sandals.
Stickers too, funny enough, yes.
There are people that even all these about medicine. Somebody will bring Air Force, customize it, and it's very, very strong, stronger than the one that is. So let's try and endorse made in Nigeria. Let's try and push it out. Let's push it out.
Okay. All right. So business ideas are there, we're pushing it out, but then there are many challenges that still make youth to lose focus. So what would you say about those challenges and how they can overcome them? Sometimes the person may have the idea, may have the mentor, may have everything that he or she needs, but there are many things, many vices and many challenges that make them lose focus. How can we solve that?
Okay, I think one challenge that youth face currently is our motive for going for doing what we do. You see a guy, I'm sorry guys for that, but you see a guy will go into business just because of he wants. You see a young guy just because of he wants to impress a girl. Like, bro, come on. You see, I'm very serious. We have so many of them. Many of them are going to misplaced priorities.
Yes.
You are going into business because you want to impress a girl somewhere that probably doesn't care about you or something.
Heartbreaking.
And then you see women, instead of them to, but I know that currently women are empowering themselves, and it's a very very long thing. But then why are you doing it? Is it to get back at somebody? If you're doing it to get back at somebody else, that's a very very wrong motive. If you're doing it because of you want to spend all your money on should I say, like now that Nigerians there was a point in time we're into polygamous marriages.
Oh, yes.
So if you're doing it because of, as a guy, you want to flex with so many women and all that, bro, your motive is wrong. If you're not doing it to help you, your motive should be to serve God and to serve humanity. You're giving back to God what He has given to you, and then you're serving mankind. Let your motive be right. Let your heart be pure. And then another challenge that we tend to face is, should I say, we don't value the little things.
That's true.
We don't value little foxes that spoil the vine. But then we always want to look at what we want to follow the crowd. We want to follow the crowd. So please understand that you yourself, you're very unique in your own way. You must not do what this person is doing. You must not do what that person is doing. You are very unique in your own way as a human being. God has placed that potential in you. You're fearfully, wonderfully made. So beat your chest. Beat your chest. And then,
I love that.
Then once you've discovered what you want to do, don't try and follow the crowd. You have discovered that this is why I want to do. Then stick to it. And then should I say, permit me to add, discipline beats passion. Because passion can die at any time. You have to be very busy. If you tell yourself you are going to wake up by 5 o'clock, wake up by 5 o'clock. Most times when this kind of thing happens, you say that, okay, today I want to start I'll start doing this, I'll start doing that.
Sure.
You start making
The
plans, you start making
yes.
plans. 2-3 days later, you've lost the passion. And then you've lost passion too. But then when you're disciplined, when you tell yourself that, okay, every day or two I'll read a book, every day or two I'll do this, I'll do that, I will sit down, meditate, I will do this, do that. By the time you set you may not be consistent the first few times, the first few days, the first few weeks, the first few months, but keep on building that, keep on building yourself. Be disciplined, stick to the plan that you have. Be very, very disciplined. The moment if you can be so disciplined with yourself, I tell you are going to overcome any challenge, any obstacle you find yourself.
Okay, so just briefly, let's make a comment, or you can make a comment on. You have a large number of youths seeking greener pastures and going to other countries. How can we encourage them to stay back and actually see how to solve a problem?
In as much as there are other little things, I think that the major way actually is to fix the system of this country. Our leaders should try as much as possible to try and make the country conducive for people's potential to be harnessed. They should try and fix the system. Honestly, it's going to go a long way. And then, I don't blame them for going outside. If I have the opportunity,
you move. Oh no!
I didn't say I would. I'll probably.
Yeah, but looking at it too from that angle, now what are some of the challenges you faced as an entrepreneur, and how have you overcome them?
Well, one of the challenges I face, people, like I said, people are not patient. We always want to, we don't sit down. So people thought that, okay, you can now that you have started making cake, eating free cake from you, we'll be getting money from you. Once in a while, you paste our account number, you just said, I was like, for goodness sake, I should calm down. I'm just starting this thing. I'm just so, although it was a playful thing, but I wasn't taking it as a thing because pressurizing me. And then and another one too was also disciplining myself. There are times when my boss like, you are not doing it right, just stop, that kind of thing. So it was really discouraging and it was heartbreaking. So, but then I knew why. You have to first of all understand what you're going into.
Sure.
Understand why you are doing it. The moment you know why you are doing it, you have the back of that. This is what I want to do this to pave the pathway for my community.
Sure.
So I want to do this to pave the pathway for my siblings. I want to do this to enhance God's business. I want to do this for this and that. But even if your motive is not right, understand why you are doing it.
But let our motives be right. But okay, let's do it this way. In the next 5 years, where do you see yourself?
5 years, if as there are so many factors. In the next 5 years,
yes.
I see myself probably I see myself serving. But then I'm already established business on my own.
Awesome.
But I plan on using what I've learned in school. I don't just want to throw it out and then go into. I plan on using what I plan on using my degrees. So then in the next 5 years, I probably see myself. I see myself working under someone first. Then in probably like 10 years time, I see myself.
To be bigger. Yes. Okay, so we're going to do a quick one now. Now this is just to get to know you better. Viewers out there. So okay, first of all, I want to ask you, what's your favorite city in the whole world?
The whole world.
Yes.
Lagos and New York. These guys.
I know someone that will shout yes now because he said New York. But anyway. Okay.
Lagos is a land of opportunities.
Okay.
Look at all our musicians, all our actors. Many of them started in Lagos.
Alright, fine. We don't want to. Thank you.
Abuja is too expensive.
Oh my goodness.
You guys go to Lagos. You harness your
I'm telling you. Okay, fine. Then we'll follow your advice. Okay, so tell us, what's your favorite food?
I don't know.
Food is food. I like it.
It doesn't show in my budget.
Eventually. Okay, so what's your favorite color?
Color. Red.
Are you sure? You're not sure?
Let me see. I like whites.
Okay, so now I'm going to count down from 5. Then you tell me, if you are given 1 million naira, tell me 3 things you do immediately.
1 million is too
let me count 1, 2 for you to think.
Okay.
So I'm going to start counting now from 5. Then you tell me. So if you're given 1 million naira, tell me what you do starting now. 5.
Okay, I'm going to buy a camera and a good
4,
laptop and start doing.
3,
I'll focus on my photography. I'm going to
2,
buy lots of ingredients and this now.
1. Okay, that's all right. All right, so what else would you say? So if you are given a position as a president today and then you have to address the issues surrounding the youth, we've talked about maximizing opportunities, we've talked about many things and everything. What will you do and how can you do it? Let's say you're given the position as a president for a month.
I've actually held several leadership positions.
Oh, impressive.
And then I would first of all try and relate with the people I'm working with. And then I'm going to start setting priorities straight.
Okay.
I'm not going to help. I'm going to start setting priorities straight. That's okay. Let's focus on our education.
Sure.
Aside from book, let's update our curriculum, let's start giving people things that let's prepare students for life and not just for examination.
Yeah, sure.
Let's prepare them for life and not. So I'm going to focus on our education system. I'm also going to focus on the entertainment industry.
Okay.
I'm going to harness it for our youths.
Okay.
I'm going to try and focus on the and then the health sector. Many people are actually suffering silently. I'm going to try. First of all, there was a time that this comedian, Apoko Doctor, he was like in the country that for every citizen, that is only 1,500 that is budgeted for a person's health. I mean, how much is shawarma? That's once you buy shawarma.
Do you have to compare shawarma?
How would they budget 1,500 for your health?
Sure.
As in, it's not you have to set priorities straight.
Sure.
I don't know what they are doing with all the money that they budget, but then you have to set priorities straight. Allocate enough money for the things that are most important.
Okay, and just allocating.
Then gradually I know when I get to that stage.
You know what to do. So I'm interested in the entertainment part now. So because entertainment now, many people define it in many ways. So when you say you invest in entertainment in what sense?
I'm going to invest. A lot of our young stars are very good at singing. They're very good at acting. They're very good in. We have lots of unrecognized comedians out there. We are going to try and focus. We're going to try and give them the platform. For example, things like Nigerian Idol. I hope you know something like The Voice. The Voice is not a Nigerian show.
Sure.
We're the ones that copy what other people are doing. But then by the time we push Nigerian Idol, other countries should copy from us. But you don't just bring up a competition and then when the person wins, you just give the person 50,000 naira. Others will not be interested in it. But then by the time when you've seen these people, you sign them into record labels. You give them the right platform for them to push their music out to the world. If you look at now, many of our musicians have taken African music outside. Let them copy our style too. Let them copy from us too. So try and as much as possible, try and endorse made in Nigeria as much as possible.
Okay. So the final words now, what will you advise the youths out there generally? The youth, parents, I want to put that two together because we have guardians and then people that are supposed to watch these youths actualize their dreams. What will you tell them?
I don't really think there is any advice that I will give the youth now that you guys have not had before. Consistent, but then I would really encourage you guys to learn. You should learn how to. The Bible says something that even the youths will grow weary and they will faint, but they that wait upon the Lord. There is a reason why they use that word wait. Let's not be faster than us. Let's not try to be ahead of our time. Let's not ahead to be. Let's learn to calm down. Understand what we are going into before we go into. Don't just do it because of your friend is doing it. And then it's also parents should stop trying to rush their children and should stop making certain decisions for them at a young age. You are going to be a doctor. By fire by force you will be a doctor. By fire by force you will be a lawyer. Parents should they should try and stop. And my parents wanted me to be a doctor. Luckily I also wanted to be a doctor. Even though one or two things came. But I also wanted to. But then It's not the one that you say this child must be this child must be that. Try and look at what this child loves doing, and then find out the will of God for your child. It will help you. It will help you know, even if things don't go according to plan, it will help you have a soft landing.
Okay. All right, thank you. I love that. So we'll have a soft landing. And this has been a very wonderful, wonderful experience, and we're having a soft landing. So thank you so much, Mr. Ebuka, for being on the show today. It's been interesting. I've learned so much. Thank you, and I will be happy to have you on set again next time.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So thank you so much for being a part of this show. I'm sure you've learned a lot. Remember, invest wisely today to have a beautiful tomorrow. You can be all you want to be. You have all it takes. So I remain your host, Abosede Taiwo. Remember to join us next time. Have a lovely day. Bye.